wanted to do a video about my thoughts on E3 2012. Now, I didn't waste my time watching none of the press conferences because I knew there was going to be a whole lot of talking, and I usually get bored watching the press conferences, so I just went to like a website and I was just looking for the games that caught my attention. So I'm gonna start off with Microsoft. Halo 4 is looking really good. They showed a playable demo, and they showed Master Chief fighting some sort of new enemy. I don't know if it's a Forerunner or if it's some kind of an android that was made by the Forerunners. Graphically, the game looks pretty good. It definitely looks better than Halo Reach. And I'm just really excited to play the campaign of that game. I just want to see how the story unfolds. Now, I've never been a big fan of Tomb Raider, but this new Tomb Raider game that's coming out looks pretty good. I like how it's a prequel, so it's like before Lara Croft became what she's known for, being an explorer, and basically being like a badass with the guns and stuff. This was like before all that happened. And graphically, that game looked really good too. Resident Evil 6, man, I cannot wait for that game. I've been a big fan of Resident Evil for years. Now, I'm the kind of guy, I like the original format of Resident Evil where it was strictly survival horror, where you had low ammunition and you had to manage your items wisely. But I like the action style of Resident Evil, the way it was from Resident Evil 4 and 5. I like that too. And the good thing about this game is it's like a combination of both styles. It's got the action of Resident Evil 4 and 5, but it's kind of got some of that survival horror from like Resident Evil 1 and 2. And being able to play as Leon, Chris, or Jake, who is Wesker's son, that's got me really excited because it's kind of like having 3 games in one. So I'm definitely going to buy that game as soon as that comes out. And by the way, that's a multi-platform game, but I remember them showing it. I think they showed it at the press conference for Microsoft, but it's coming out for the PlayStation 3 as well. Now, as for the PlayStation, the games that caught my attention, what's that game called? I think it's called The Last of Us. Now, I didn't really know nothing about this game, but when I watched the playable demo, it really surprised me. I mean, the graphics are really good. It captures that aspect of survival, and it was just really impressive looking. I say it's right up there with Resident Evil 6. Probably a little bit better graphically, but this game looks pretty good. But I really don't know much about the game. I haven't really done my research on it. But just going by the playable demo, it looks really good. Let's see, what else did they show? I heard about that Wonder Book. Like I said, I didn't watch the press conference, so I don't really care about that crap. What else did Sony show? Oh, they showed this game called, I think it's called Beyond. It's made by the developers that did Heavy Rain. Now, Heavy Rain was an awesome game. I was a big fan of that game. And this game plays a lot like Heavy Rain. It's got the same kind of quick time events that Heavy Rain had. So I'm definitely going to be looking out for that game. As for Nintendo, Pikmin 3 looks awesome, which is for the Wii U, and graphically looks really good. That ZombiU game, that game kind of surprised me there, because the gameplay of that game, now that really does feel like survival horror because of the way that game is set up. It's set up to where you play as a survivor in the I think it's a zombie outbreak that happens in Great Britain. And basically what happens is when you die, you don't restart as that same character. You actually start over as a brand new character, a new survivor. And you can actually find the guy that you played with before that died, because now he's a zombie. And basically you have to find that person because that's the person that has all the supplies and everything. So basically when you start as a new character, you don't have none of the supplies that you had when you was playing as the other character. So it's an interesting game, and I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye out for that one. What else did they show for the Wii U? They showed a clip of the Super Mario Wii U game, the new Super Mario Brothers game. I was a big fan of the one that came out for the Wii, and this new one looks pretty good too. I was hoping that Nintendo would show a Wave Race game or a Star Fox game, but they didn't show it. But I wouldn't be surprised if it is in development, but I was just hoping that they would have showed that at the press conference. There was a lot of games that Nintendo could have showed, but I'm not surprised that they didn't show them, because you know they're going to want to save something for the E3 of next year, because that's when Microsoft and Sony will be showing off their new systems. So they want to make sure they have a lot of good games ready for that E3 to kind of take down the hype of the other two systems. I was just hoping that they would have showed. Now what Nintendo showed was good, and they showed like a lot of third-party games. You know, they showed us Assassin's Creed 3. I don't really care about the Batman Arkham Asylum game, and that game's already out anyway, so I wasn't excited about that game to begin with. Tekken Tag Tournament 2, they're gonna have that. The Aliens game that's coming out for the Wii U. Like I said, their press conference would have been a lot better if they would have showed just a little bit more of what the first party companies were working for, but still they showed a lot of good games. But overall this E3 was okay. You know, I was expecting better, but that'll just be more stuff that they'll show for next year. So next year should be really exciting, because you'll get to see more of the Wii U's first party games, and you'll get to see what Microsoft and Sony are going to bring to the table with their new systems. So that's my thoughts on E3 2012, and that's it.